Alrighty. Well, here we go. Welcome. This is another map review by me. Ignore the death. I was messing with stuff before I started and wanted to make sure everything was working in the map. This is a map by the name of Inconceivoconsequential. Now, that sounds a little ridiculous, however. As you can see, map was made over the course of a few months to be as painstakingly difficult as possible. The gameplay is not for everyone. Please take this as a fair warning. This is not a map for the faint of heart or anyone unwilling to die a ridiculous number of times. That preamble didn't scare you away too much. I hope you enjoy Torment. All standard CTM rules apply. Good luck. So yeah, this is going to be the main point of the review for this one. But I'm going to be make sure. Okay. Let's do this real quick. Alright, so. Yeah, this map hinges on the fact that it's quote-unquote poorly designed to sort of make excuses for how badly it's designed, and I think that's the wrong way of putting things. So, instead of having bad design, it really just is. I really wanted to put in all these unfair mechanics, and that's about it. So, yeah, this map is in my opinion, considered to be the worst CTM of all time. This map, again, hinges on its poor design to basically say, well, I can do whatever I want and make it an unfair experience for anything. And comparable to an unmap, it does so. However, with unmaps, it's sort of, understood that they're not supposed to be good in the first place, let alone actually have any quality to them. And so this map is just like, nah, I'm going to be something different, but I'm going to go for the same feel, and I'm going to blame it on how this is supposed to be poorly designed. So, haha, there's your excuse. Anyway, here's the White Wool area. It is just a maze of tunnels with massive amounts of zombie spawners and natural spawns. As you can see, it's really not that bad. Comparatively, you get limited resources. As you can see, it's literally all just red terracotta. Says, okay, now we're both completely lost. This map is very jokey and like, ha, funny, I tricked you, you suck, that type of thing. So, get down to the White Wool room. Obviously, it's one big gravel trap, and then you get the wool. Maybe. Oh, right. This is a joke wool box. I forgot about that. I believe. Son of a gun. I believe. What did I do? Hold on. It has been forever since I played this map, but I believe that's either a fake out wool, or I genuinely just cannot remember where the wool actually is. Because this is obviously light gray stained glass, not regular glass. It says, wait, this seems off, I'd go back if I were you. At least they warn you, you know. Yeah, here it is. Or no, this is a teleport. Let's see. Yeah, okay, there is no wool in that area. I thought it was the white wool, but yeah, that's the introduction to the map. So here's the best way to set your spawn, and doesn't quite work. And then here's just a little room with some cake and some other stuff. So that's fun. Intersection 1, it's got an area order. Unsure where to go. Check the dispenser. And so that's just the start of the map. Like, that's just an era of things to come. And again, unlike an unmap, this map just goes way too far with the crazy, wacky everything else and becomes less funny and more of just painful. So you go through here and you go through the stupid temple area and whatever. And you can dig through gravel, whatever, but there's really nothing down here. I'm trying to see. Yeah, the wool's over here. So, obviously you've got blaze spawners. This is an area 1, mind you. Blaze spawners, a gas spawner with a button, which I think, if I remember correctly, actually has TNT behind it. Yeah. So that's the best way to blow up the spawner, is to hit that, and then obviously you've got TNT, and it'll blow up the gas spawner if you hit a button with an arrow or whatever. But the white wool's down here, and there's only 3 in every one, and you also get an extra bonus chest with the loot from this area. Yeah, enjoy it while they last. So yeah, this is just, as you can see, zombies with leather armor, blazes, tons and tons of skeletons. Yeah, and a spawner you basically can't break, which is always fun. Let me turn that off because that's annoying. And then a clearly trap chest with, again, just really basic loot. This map really doesn't get bad until you get to the later intersections. Like, these areas are fine. If this was an unmap, obviously you'd say it's unfair and whatever. So again, you'll see me talking less about these early areas that are shorter and stuff, and talking more about the later and very unfair areas when it comes down to them. So next is Orange, which is the Ashen Isles, which is fine. I think this is the most bearable area in the map, in my honest opinion. Like, this one actually has a quote-unquote fun factor to it, and it's actually enjoyable to climb up here and get the loot and everything, because not all the mobs are insane. Like, these are basic mobs, you get basic loot, it's very basic. And again, I don't hate this area. I think this area is actually decently well designed. It's just, when you get to the second half of the map, that's when you start getting to, you'll see. But there's basic loot, basic Prot 1 and Breaking 1 armor. You come over here, and it's got just a bunch of little random houses with a lot of blocks, which are good to use, and whatever. So then you come up, and you got this massive tree, which is trapped, I think? I can't remember. I thought there was a TNT trap there, but I guess not. I believe, yeah. Down here's a mining section if you need some coal. It's fairly okay, but obviously gravel and lava ground does not make a good combination. So I cannot remember where the wool is, but I have a feeling, yeah, okay. So this is obviously, again, I'm gonna give myself a torch just so I can easily show off gravel traps easier. As you can see, it's just more gravel, more trap. Haha, funny if you missed that. So yeah, white is the only wool you get a second chance at, which is hilarious. So yeah, basically, if you don't play this map with Keep Inventory and you beat it, I genuinely think you're probably the best CTM player in existence, because oh boy, black is a nightmare. So yeah, Orange, the one area that's actually reasonable and actually requires not too much of the player. So here's Magenta, Cavern of Carnage, because again, you look at sort of white and orange and you think, okay, well, they're not as bad as you're saying, you know, whatever, and I'm like, this is supposed to be an unmap. If they're not as bad as I'm saying, why is this considered an unmap to begin with? Is it because the areas are poorly designed? Well, no, not really, at least for the first, you know, intersection or so. You can sort of see they're decently designed. It's just when it comes to the last intersection that they become atrocities of nature and Minecraft. They should really just, this map shouldn't exist. So here's your basic lava river area. Very basic, not too much to talk about. The block var is fine, it's whatever. It's better than some maps. Here's some random loot. Just more blocks, basically. I think these are just zombies. No, they're creepers. So that makes them quote-unquote easier to deal with. In my opinion, at least, they're pretty easy to deal with. Here's lol small ruin before small ruin was a thing and stuff. Basic pigman zombies. They do drop food, which is generous. But it really doesn't matter because, again, once you get to the later parts of these areas, it's less about how you can survive and more about how far you can run. So it's less about getting food for health and more about getting food to make sure you can sprint longer. So this area is big and long and dumb. And it really shows how the mapmaker doesn't care about size, and you'll see that in about 2 intersections. The mapmaker really doesn't care about how big the areas are, as long as this map is deemed impossible. He's good. So sadly, there's always going to be a harder CTM called hardest CTM. And that's also another one that's quite the doozy. But yeah, this is basically just maze troll, ha ha ha, funny. You got trolled. You got pranked for trying to find secrets. Ah ha 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 ha. Very, very funny. Alright, so here's the wool, finally. Again, you only get the one attempt at it, so it's not that good in comparison to everything else. Nah. Spore. Guess I want to go to spore mode. Now, if I can remember correctly, there is an intersection here somewhere. But I'm not sure where. Let's see. We came in from there, because there is an intersection transition, and I know that. I just can't remember where it is exactly. Okay, so where is this transition? Oh yeah, I forgot about the Curse of Vanishing Shield, which is very funny, in the middle of this lava lake. Oh, let's see. I might search for this one for a solid minute. It's been a while. Let's not do that. Let's do this. Let's bump her up a little bit. See if I can find anything, maybe. Maybe. What wool is this? That's a different wool. Here it is. Okay. I was going the right direction. Alright. So, let's bump that back down a little bit, just because of lag, as you'll see. So you can come up here, and you've got your light blue and your intersection 2. So, C-string, C-something grotto. C-string grotto. Okay, so this is C-string grotto. This was the one I was looking at, but I wanted to make sure, because I couldn't remember. Another area in this map has something similar going on with it. So again, just another big open cavern with some barely visible islands and some terrible design. So not very good loot. As you can see, there's barely any loot in these massive open spaces. It's really just a place for more natural spawns to spawn. And then you get to the box. Do this again, aren't I? And then you get to the other one, and you see this. I mean, 2 spawners spawning roughly 8 cave spiders, and they don't really, now it's 12, they don't have much of anything to do with the map itself. It's literally just, hey, let's drop all these things on here. Oh, and like massive regional spawners, as you can see. They just spawn these guys all over the place, because haha, that's fun. That's a fun mechanic. That's a fun thing to do to the player. Just say, haha, you can play my map, but I hate you for it. Like unmaps like Unplayable, made by Gavstar, which is an amazing unmap, by the way. Like, it's super unfair, but it's also like poking fun at just how unfair these maps can be. And so it's a lot better example of saying, haha, let's laugh at this together, and you can play an excruciating map while we do it. Or you can play a map like this and just, say, haha, you suck as a player because you didn't do this first try. So, yeah. This is set spawn intersection 2. Here's an intersection base building kit. It's actually very nice that it gives one of those, although it gives you just, 2 stacks of bookshelves. So, I2 area order, and also more basic loot. It's very nice. Sorry about that, I was grabbing a drink. Oh yeah, I forgot to forgot to mention that. I don't know if it's triggered based on the chest. Oh whatever, but here's a triple spawn ghast. I think that's funny. Ha 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 ha. Haha, let's do something weird and wacky and cool and stuff. Alright, so on to yellow. Scorched Underpass. I didn't look at the area names before this, so I genuinely only remember. Yeah, purely invisible mobs. As you can see, invisible spiders, because those are fun. Stone blocks, whatever, you know. Like, as you can see, these guys just spawn rapidly and just burn and are super speedy for really no reason. Like, I don't know why these mobs exist. And now, just over lava areas, you know, here's a bow to shoot the TNT up there, because that's how that works. Yeah, you can shoot these, which are nice, but you can't, unless you have Optifine Zoom, you're not going to be able to see these on there, so even if you try and shoot the TNT with a non-flame bow, you're not going to think to even remotely shoot up there. So you come down here, and this has the same issue as Nightmare Fuel 1's yellow, but this is an unfair map, so obviously it's warranted, and you should expect that entirely. Here's a Hyper Blaze spawner, if I remember correctly. I think it spawns like 17 blazes a second. So we'll let it go off again. It might not. Whatever. I always remember it being worse than it actually was. Here's loot under this, so you have to purposely come into here and waste more time trying to open chests to get barely any loot, so you can maybe make it to the next part of the area. As you can see, if sticks and charcoal, you just need torches. That's all you need in this map. Clearly, the map maker doesn't care for your personal well-being or anything that you'd like to do to play this map. So, coming through here, obviously you've got different things, a bunch of the same structures repeated over and over again, a bunch of coal on the side if you would ever want it. Here's a blast box. It's just an unbreaking 3. Really, that helps for creepers later in the map more than it does actually lighting TNT in this map at all. It also helps you get rid of vines, which can be good in some situations. Same thing, another gas spawner here. So as long as you figure out that one, eventually you're fine. So obviously you don't climb up this way, but I really don't want to go through every single minuscule tunnel, because we'll be here for like 4 hours, and I really want to get to black, because black is the worst atrocity, and I want to get there first. Alright, so yellow, so this obviously, as you can tell, has more skeletons, more stuff. Efficiency 1, fortune 1 pick, because that's going to help at all. Basic protection armor in yellow, as you can see, again, Mapmaker does not care about your personal sanity and will just give you whatever loot he thinks is necessary. Alrighty, so that's it for yellow. There's no intersection transition. It's just more of the same, more of a big, stupid, dumb open area that makes no sense for actually existing and doesn't give you any meaningful loot to help you fight with the rest of the map. Alright. Plague District. I've always felt zombies were a bit of a weak mob. Let's make them scary again, shall we? So yeah, that's this whole area is just haha zombie go brrr. Let you see them. So I can't remember what exactly they have on them, but when he means make zombies a scary mob again, what they really mean is just spam them naturally with buffs and whatever else. I can't. Someone could probably tell me what buff that is or what that is at all. As you see, KB1 sword. That's all you need. A golden apple. You'll be fine. Look at all these. I've been here for 2 seconds. Look at all these zombies. Aren't these scary? These are scary, guys. Come on. But again, like I say, I'll definitely give this map a hard time just because it's like, oh, you're gonna have decently, made areas and stuff. Yeah, this is the haha, I faked you out area. Where it's just you see a wool box explode and you're like, no, and then it's like, aha, it wasn't even the wool. I got you, you suck. But yeah, no, unmaps are more intelligently made. Again, maybe not the first few that were made, but these are definitely, I think I just went around in a circle. These are definitely the worst when it comes to Quail Cakes' quote-unquote hard maps are really just them being bored and wanting to spam a bunch of mobs and call it a not unmap when all it is an unmap. Like, if this was labeled as an unmap, or, like, basically said outright, like, they said outright this map's gonna be hard, but then, you know, a double stacked guess, because obviously. But, again, another basic sword. They say this map is hard from the beginning, and they're like, oh, it's okay, you know, whatever. And so, really, when you get down to it, it's fine to say the map's going to be hard, and I understand that, but hard in the sense of unfair is a little different. So, Dark Animus, I'm gonna do this while talking about Pink, because Pink is literally just a long tunnel. Trust me, I'll have a lot more time to talk about subjects when we get there. Because as you can see, again, the map maker has no care for how massive the areas are, just as long as they, you know, exist. There's just a lava island here and there and wherever, and it doesn't really matter where the islands are placed. It's massive for the sake of being massive. So here's where we get to I3, where atrocities start being committed. But before we get to I3, we get to this thing. This big bedrock mass over an ocean of lava. It's just, mwah, chef's kiss. Intelligently designed. I love this. Seems worth it. But yeah, as you can see, this is all this map boils down to. He's like, oh, it's supposed to be hard, but it's like cleverly hard. No, cleverly hard is unplayable. Cleverly unfair is unplayable. This is unplayable is a map, by the way, for those who don't know. Cleverly hard is unplayable, like a good unmap, like Cooley Brecca's unmap, or Unplayable by Gavstar, or really like the Ascension series. I know people always talk about, oh, the Ascension series is I'm gonna sort these while I'm talking. The Ascension series is terrible because, you know, they're just 14er made them too hard and stuff, and it's like, no, it's really just like playing a roguelike. It's just trial and error and making sure your gear is okay before you go in. So yeah, Pink is just a big bedrock maze with no substance and whatever. And as you can see, it took me, you know, you can see there's 1, 2, 3 islands over this just massive sea of lava, and then, you know, you finally get to big bedrock behemoth of circle strokes here. And that's it. Oh, I'm not ready for I3. Alright, here we go. Another, teleporter. Well, quote-unquote teleporter. So, teleport to the Wool Monument, 2-way. Whoops, looks like I forgot the button back. I forgot to put the button back. It just says I forgot the button back, but it's to put the button back. It's dumb. Luckily for you, there appears to be one at the chest, the end, and creeper-infested hallway behind you. So, obviously, you come back through here, and they go, what, did you miss it? The chest is back in that room behind you. Just look around. And so you look through here, and there's nothing. So, same thing here. It's one big haha in the player's face, you know. But yeah, so it's really just not, it's just not good. So this is obviously something you're supposed to find. I wanted to point this out, but this is something you're supposed to find once you get to the monument. So basically he's like, haha, there's no way to get back to the monument from here if you want to. This is all the loot in the map. As you can see, sorted into 3 chests of bronze, of the wools, obviously. I don't even know what that is, and I'm not going to mess with it. So the mobs do drop custom loot, and as you can see, there's a list there. I sort of came into the dev room just to show it off. So, because this is a dev room. This is literally one of the dev rooms. I think this is the only dev room? I'm not sure, but you can break into this one and just steal the wool. But yeah, here's the best items in the map. And so, as you can see, Iron Pick with Efficiency 4, Power 3, the Stone of Wisdom. I'm going to have to... It has KB 127. I'm not going to try and flip that around because it's dumb. But yeah, Prot 1 Iron. The ultimate helmet, basically. That's it. Yeah, no, this is the best loot you're going to get in the map. And this comes from, like, red and black, and I think those are, I think it might even just be red. I don't even think black has loot, but again, I've tried to wipe black from my memory. So anyway, so we get to I3, and as you can see, here's a set spawn point. It is overridable. My only advice for you at this intersection is to not leave the glass unless you want a blue wool. Unless you want the blue wool, that's a bummer. Yeah, so this is the blue. This is where you go into blue. I'm not going to go there yet because once I get there, I will probably get lost. So there's a double area, but you know what? I'm going to do purple real quick because it's probably going to be the easiest area to explain, just because it's not comically large. So basically, some maps have these things where it's just you've got these different structures, and it's okay. Here's a crapshoot. Go look for the wool. Let me just down even lower. So it's basically just a crapshoot. Look for the wool, and I think this started back with Goliath, Render XR's first map, where he made that underground lava area in like intersection 5. Intersection 5. He made it in intersection 5, and it was basically just a bunch of copy-pasted towers, and then you have to go into one of them, and the purple wool is there, I believe, too, ironically enough. So, some maps have done it, like I know, not Unconquerable, what was it? It was either it's not the unknown, I don't think it's the Ragecraft, because Ragecraft 1 is the corrupted path. I think it's the unknown path, or like the unknown something, but they do the same thing, basically, where it's just like that. So this has been done multiple times through multiple maps, and really, the only difference this map brings is it's 4 times larger, because it needs to be as quote-unquote unfair as possible. Oh, and you're fighting, like, witches the whole time. Yeah, you're fighting witches and stuff, and you get chain armor and purple, you know. Like, like if you saw that silver loot kit, that's basically all you're going to get. And so you'd think the wool would be back here with all the, you know, massive amount of spawners and the enchantment tables and whatever, and the brewing stands and the, you know, barely existent area mechanic that's just this. So sharpness 5, KB 5. That's fun. That's what I need when I have mobs who are flying in the air and going to kill me any second. Yeah, this is like just a witch compound. The anti-cheat, by the way. You can't just build up here because that would be cheating, obviously. Yeah. So let me go into creative for this one because I don't think it's gonna want to try and load. So yeah, you're searching and you're searching. I genuinely don't remember which building this is in, so you're gonna have to give me a minute. If nothing works, then I can go into the thing and go into the dev room and just grab a purple wool because who cares at this point? So obviously you're fighting up these towers, and it's really just run around in a circle and pray you don't get shot off by anything or get poisoned for a minute and have to basically retreat and then come back again after another minute. And lag out your game with how many mobs are spawning and, you know, whatever. And Enchanted Chain, that's the best he can do for this area. For this entire map, really. You know what? This area is starting to lag a ton, so I'm just going to go grab a wool from the dev box. Alrighty, so anyway, that's purple. That's the best way to explain it, is it's just a Goliath ripoff. Nothing more, nothing less. It's really not special, it's not fun, there's no point in having it, and I'm just gonna steal purple. Let's see, gray, light gray, cyan, purple. Alright. That was that spawner there, by the way, that had explosion radius 5. So, you know, just have fun. I think... Yes, okay, so... another person has played this map and beaten it. But what they did was they broke into this dev room. That's it. That's all they did. They just broke into the dev room, and they thought it would be funny, and so they did it. And I'm good friends with this person, and yeah, it's very easy to break through one block of bedrock because of course it is. So you can say you beat this map and just say, oh, I cheesed it, and then never have to go through the pain that is black and experience that, you know, unholy area. So in general, yeah, no, this map is pointless. As long as you can get through pink, you're really set for the rest of the things. So next, I'm gonna do gray because, of course, I want to actually start going into order again after breaking it. So Jumbled Archives. Yep, that's this whole area. That's it. Ah ha ha ha! Fun area gimmick. That's it. It's just layer after layer of the same exact thing piled on top of each other, and then a wool box at the bottom. Fun fact, this area used to be twice as big with the wool mixed in with random loot. You're lucky I'm so nice. So, yeah. Clearly, the map maker has no care for intelligent design and just wants to make a hard map just to make a hard map. These are the only mobs that exist, by the way. It's just silverfish and skeletons. That's it. That's the whole map. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Well done, boys. Let's go. Alright, so now we get into the map. Like, you saw in pink how comically massive the area was, and you saw in purple how it's an old area type, but it's blown out of proportion with just how copy-pasted and how insane it is, naturally. Oh, so then you get to light gray and cyan. And so you come down here, you're thinking, okay, well, this is just a dumb large path. Then you get to this. And then it's just this. It's just this. That's it. This is the whole area. It's comically large for the sake of being comically large, and that's about it. You're still getting stone swords, despite having increasingly harder mobs to fight. You got some trees. You get some random outpost house whatevers. You get some more random trees and some more random trees, straight up lifted from Damara's Safe Haven, because that's about the only map I could compare to this one in tree style. So you get more trees and you get more trees, and you reach this building, and you're like, oh, building, cool, and there's nothing. There's nothing in it. There's nothing worthwhile. These skeletons, creepers, more creepers, 64 ladders, because that's exactly what you need at this point for loot in the map. Because this map's trying to be as hard as possible. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh, so you get up here, and you get a random chest with more nonsensical loot. What is that? Yeah, as you can see, I've been alive for 2 seconds, and you can see the mobs that spawn instantly as you do. And you keep running, and you keep running, and you keep running. And so you think you've explored this area enough, right? And so it says, yes, that building seems important. So it's just this comically oversized Pantheon-esque looking thing. And you get into here, and this is the cyan wool. So obviously, naturally, you're like, well, where's light gray? Great question. And so as you can see, you're exploring this just stupidly massive area just for the sake of being funny and being massive and saying, haha, forget typical conventions of a hard map. I just need to make the player run around for 7 hours, and they'll never beat the map because they think it's too hard. So naturally you have these area spawners, which I believe, yeah, as you can see, they don't drop here. They drop over here, way away from the actual building, and they've got super speed and, massive skeletons on top of them, and they've got a cave spider as well, because haha, the player sucks. So you come into this cavern. I think this is where light gray is, or this might be the other nonsensical thing in the map. Oh, let's see if I can remember. God, I hate this area. It only gets bigger from here, by the way. Just FYI. So if you see me floating around for the next 30 minutes, feel free to skip through the review until you want to get to an actual wool that I'm going to be talking about. Yeah, so here it is. So after walking around that entire area, it turns out that none of that area is actually anything. Ha 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 ha. So, yeah, this is... I don't have any effects. Yeah, so this is light gray. Yep. Yeah, that's about it. It's just like 4 floating islands. Oh, look, it's a graveyard. I wonder what wacky items you can find here. Oh, look at this. Look at all these chests. There's gotta be so much loot in these things. Oh, no. Look at that. Oh, such good loot. I love 16 arrows. It's gonna carry me through the rest of the map. Those 16 arrows are enough to defeat any mob. It doesn't matter what they are. But no, I'm just... Look, I might start going insane from how stupid this map is. But naturally, you're going through and you're running and you're running and you never seem to stop running because that's all this map wants you to do is it's literally just a marathon of running and running and running. And then you finally get to the stupid, tall, big castle, whatever, covered in barriers, because of course it is, because anti-cheat, because you've been running for 3 hours, but he doesn't care. So, let me see if I can, here we go. So, yeah, naturally, you break into the stupid big tower and whatever. I didn't mean to break that, but whatever. So, you climb all those islands and you get over here, and you get into this castle, and you finally realize, oh, I might have a chance at getting the wool. Nope. Nope. Look at these. Look at how fast these guys are. Look at this. I love mounted blazes. Yes, I love them spawning at a rate of 700 per second. I love there being 400 spawners in the room, and the best loot I'm getting is an efficiency 2 stone pickaxe. That's lovely. I love light gray. Light gray is my favorite area, guys. Don't you know this already? So yeah, so basically it's just, this map is just run around for hours on end because the map maker says so, and maybe find a wool if you don't die 100 times getting here. So, yeah, as long as you haven't died, this map can be beaten in a reasonable amount of time. The issue is your loot is so poor that it really doesn't become a feasible time task that you can do remotely well. And that's the issue with all of Quail's maps. Like, I can understand losing the map. That makes more sense. Like, I get that there's one wolf area. It's going to be... I'm going to rant while I do this. But I understand that it's unmaps have the same sort of appeal, okay, where it's like, this map is going to be hard, and it's not going to be necessarily fairly designed in the player's favor. Which, again, I can understand, and there's a difference there. Again, for searching this whole wide cavern, you get 2 stacks of torches, that's it. For searching this absolutely massive cavern. But anyway, so for unmaps, I understand that they can be unfair, and they can be unfairly leaned against the player. And I understand that. Unmaps also have a sense of how big an area has to be before it becomes not necessarily taxing, but unfun. Unmaps can be very fun. The challenge of an unmap can be very fun. This is not challenging. This is not fun. If literally light gray and cyan were 2 separate areas and all it was the stupid island hopping, and cyan, which I think is like 2 rooms long, it would make a lot more sense. The issue becomes when the map maker makes it like this and makes massive regional spawners, and there's nothing else to explore or do anything, and it's really off-putting. Some unmaps are not off-putting. Unmaps in general are fun. I think they're fun, at least. They may be spawner spammy nightmares, but they're at least short, and they make sense for the most part. Like, I'd much rather be soft-locked out of losing a map for failing, I don't know, maybe a 10-block section, than I would be soft-locked out of playing the map for playing for, I don't know, 40 hours just running around areas. Like, he claims this map to be impossible, and it's not. I've already beaten the map. The issue is, he wants to make it as impossible as possible by having to make it as long as possible. Sorry, excuse me for being 2 areas. I meant 2 basic ideas, long. So, yeah, this is really just, you have the top part of the area, which is the over lava section, this thing covered in bedrock, mossy cobblestone, and then this big Pantheon thing, but it's 2 ideas long, so obviously I'm not going to talk much about those. And then you come over here, and basically as long as you follow the left wall, you'll do stuff in a timely manner, as timely as running around a giant wasteland is. Then you get over here, and you sort of climb around and whatever, and you get to none other than the monument. Ah, yeah, this is the stupid thing you're trying to complete. So, before I do anything, I'm going to come back here. I want you guys to look at this. So, you can see these, right? Monument bombers. Right here. Go. Go, run free. Run free all over the land. And be dumb and stupid. So, these guys basically attempt to blow up the monument. And that's all they exist for. And there's about 30,000 of them. Yeah, what they made for a crazy experience biter, you know, provided they don't blow up. So let me get a flint and steel real quick. Should have taken that other one. As you can see, they have jump boost like a bajillion. But let me alight this guy. Yeah, yeah. There you go. That's it. That's all they serve a purpose for. They just want to blow up the monument. Ah ha ha. Main antagonist of the CTMC. Am I right? But no, they literally, they only exist just as another quote-unquote reason to make the map impossible. Oh, so naturally, you come over here, and you come to the monument, and you find your way over to the next intersection. These have teleports to each of the monuments. If I go to intersection 3, as you can see, the button's missing. So, it is actually two-way. Okay, I couldn't remember. Let me take this just in case, because I can't remember. So, intersection 2, as you can see, this one actually does have a button. That's what I mean. Like, why would you include that for the third one other than to say that? Oh, and you also go down here, so there's, you know, you have to build up to be able to do anything. And then this, sorry, this is not the way to next intersection, but yeah, you get free rotten flesh, that's it. That's the whole point. It's funny because it is free, you know, in case you might want to take some food with you. But yeah, so that's all the monument has to offer. A base, the monument, and that's it. So going back to intersection 3, alright. So now we get to go to blue. And I just said cyan was, you know, comically large and whatever. So you start going through blue, and it's like, hint, this is the beginning of the end, don't bother attacking mobs. Yeah, because basically most mobs will one-shot you. That's it. It's not funny. It's not fun. It's not spawner spam, which a bunch of, like, flaming skeletons and whatever. It's just, all these mobs will one-shot you. Gear doesn't matter. You can't be prepped enough for this. I'd say stick to the path for this one, as you can see, because you'll go this way, and it'll say blue ruin, and then caved-in entrance, so you want to go towards the blue ruin, obviously, which is just here. So, naturally, sorry, let me... This is going to be a lot of trial and error as far as searching goes, because there's so much stuff. So the path ends, and it's like, the Strange White Shrine seems to call to you. So you go here, and it's like, congratulations, you made the final stretch. The last 5 wolves can be found beyond the teleporter of the shrine. Fair warning, you cannot teleport back after walking to the shrine. Until you find the teleporter, make sure to prepare by stepping foot inside of the landscape. Inside of there, the landscape in there doesn't pull any punches. So, to activate shrine, please step beyond the blue carpet. So, the last 5 wolves, obviously, are in reverse. So, starting from the end and going backwards, are black, then red, again going backwards. So, end is black, then red, second to last, green, third to last, blue, brown, fourth to last, and blue, fifth to last. So, what's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of this way? So as you can see, it says, hey, they call it Blue Ruin for a reason, right? So naturally, you come over here. Entrance appears to be cave in, maybe come back later. So, yeah, there's, as you can see, it's caved in, so you really can't do blue. So that's what I mean by the last 5. So what's the point of having a blue area if you're gonna lock the last 5 wolves behind this thing. And so that's where the true nature of these stupid massive areas that have no purpose of existing come into play. Why have any area this massive if all it's going to be is this? So this is the blue ruined depths. So you spawn up there, obviously, and you come down here. And so you get to this big shrine, and you come down here. And you exit out this way, and you're on your own. Yeah, that's it. You're in another stupid massive area with stupid one-shot regional spawners that give you terrible loot, because obviously potions of speed are needed, basically, to complete this area. Oh, and so... yeah, that's all this area is. That's it. Sadly, the only part of the depths that wasn't completely trashed that isn't completely trashed is the place that has the wool. Good luck. So yeah, you're literally just wandering through a wasteland for hours on end. Like, people say Lethamir's bad for wasting 5 hours of your time. This map is bad because it wastes 20 hours of your time. So obviously you go up this stupid tall skyscraper again, and you come in and you get the blue wool, and then you're like, okay, well, where do I go next? You know, like, you may have found that sign, I doubt it, but you could have, I guess. Oh, so you come in here, and you come down here, and you're sort of, I guess if you can just walk around the sidelines, it's much better. But yeah, you basically you're following the outskirts because you figure that's probably the best plan, and it definitely is. It definitely saves you probably 50 hours of running around and just getting absolutely nothing. You're gonna have to bear with me because I genuinely don't remember where the exit to this area is, nor do I care to try and remember it, because this map is dumb and I don't want to do it again other than this review, because I wanted to review it just to tell people to stay away and keep this one about 70 feet away from you at all times, because this map is terrible and nobody should ever have to experience it. Alright, so this is the official point of no return. Past this point, there was no effort put towards fun. Huge air quotes around fun. Fun gameplay in the map. I hope you enjoyed your sanity while it lasted. So, these are charge creepers. Obviously, they have no KB, so don't even try to knock them back. It's over 2 blocks with lava, so anything that blows up will inevitably be lost. This is, again, another reason why I say if you can beat this without keep inventory, you are literally a legend and should be heralded as such. Oh, so you get through here and whatever, and you're like, oh, you didn't want to leave, did you? So, yeah, that's it. You walk into this area, and he's like, oh, aw, you're stupid. You're stupid. You're such a stupid man. You're so stupid. So you get locked in this bedrock room. Now, I know this is going to be a major thing that people are going to bring up. Well, why does this one suck when the Ragecraft 1 one doesn't? And the difference between this one and the Ragecraft 1 Bedrock Room Trap, where you have to kill yourself to get out, is Ragecraft 1 is not as massive as a map as this one. And there is no teleport back here at this point. At this point, there's nothing. Nothing you can do. So, imagine getting locked in this room. You've just walked through the blue depths and we'll say the monument, just to be fair. But the monument is on the complete other side. Sorry, I'm getting my areas mixed up. So you get to the monument, right? And so you teleport to blue. So you have to teleport to blue. You have to go to the shrine. You have to teleport from the shrine to the blue depths, and then you have to run around the blue depths, basically either following the wall or if you've memorized the thing at this point. So you have to run for basically 20 minutes to get back to this point, dodging all the mobs, dodging the charge creepers you will inevitably encounter here with speed, I think, maybe, and whatever. In Ragecraft 1, you can get into an infinite loop, which I guess I can understand is a little frustrating, but the issue with that is it's a lot easier to fix that than it is for this one. Yeah. So, naturally, you come to this massive tower thinking there's a wool, when in reality, there's nothing. There's never been anything. Yeah, so you open that, and that's it. So yeah, there's a silverfish spawner that's dumb, and I hate it. And yeah, I for area order, and sorry, no dispenser this time. I for area order, and just in case you want to brush up, here's an extra rulebook. So yeah. Okay, so on to Brown. Naturally. For as long as I've been a CTM mapmaker player, I've always had it out for bats. They don't drop anything, they get in the way of mobs, and they just suck, right? Well, you're about to learn how much they suck. So, basically, you've just got, quicker creeps, which are dumb. You've got stack creepers, which, again, how does this have to do with bats? And so... yeah, you've got 6 torches, all of 6 torches, everything down here and whatever, and so you come down here, naturally looking for the way to progress, and you come through here, and it's just another long, stupid, dumb, long area, because of course it has to be. So yeah, bat riding skeletons, because that's not already a staple in classic maps. Bat riding quicker creeps, because I think they have an instant explode. Let me see if I can try and... I'm not going to try for too long, but... oh yeah, bat bombers, sorry. Yeah, as you can see, they basically have a... as you can see, they have a massive explosion range, because that was from here, and they killed a bat all the way over there. They have no AI. They do have KB, which is lucky, and then... yeah, that's about it. So... oh yeah, here's what the quicker creeps do. They're just really fast. Oh, so anyway, so you keep going through quote-unquote bat nightmare, but really all it is just hoping that the bats take the skeletons out of the way so you don't have to deal with them anymore. Oh, and you keep running, and you keep running, and you keep running, and you keep running, because that's all you really do in this map is just run and run and run and run and run and run and run. Like people say, CTMs have like 40 hours of playtime, and that's typically because the areas are actually well thought out and are designed for you to fight them in a specific way. Inconceivoconsequential really is just you run for 40 hours, and that's about the only appeal of the map. So unless you like doing marathons in Minecraft, skip this one, please. But yeah, again, imagine dying here. You have to run all the way back through blue to the area, get through there, then go up the tower, open the chest again, and then come back up to the intersection, and then have to run all the way through that area of brown again. I genuinely cannot remember where the wool is, because I hate this area so much. Let me do a quick spectator check. Because it's faster to travel in spectator. Let's see. I know the wool's back here, because it's stupid and dumb. Here it is. Okay, I finally found the next part of the area you go to, because it's really just this area is in parts. You just go to the next part of the area and pray that the wool's there while you're doing stuff. So, again, stupidly long area, stupidly large area. Here's something. Yay, something. Oh, it's just an alcove with a chest. Oh, look at that. It's a efficiency 4 iron pick, because that's what I need at this point. Not like a speed 17 potion that can get me around this stupid wasteland faster. Oh, so anyway, you're searching, and you're searching, and you're searching. This is why I hate this map so much. Like, Lethamyr is my second least favorite map, because this map genuinely is just walking around for hours, and if you die once, you have to walk around for another 17 hours to try and find anything. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is a massive trap that only has, it's in the void, so it's a wipe. And he's just like, haha, give up. You can't beat this map. Nerd, I'm the best map maker there is. I made this map intentionally to be the hardest experience you'll ever friggin' have. God. Okay, so come over this stupid. I think that's what I was looking for earlier, was over the lava thing, because I remember that the brown wool box is super close to lava, so I was trying to look up there. And so you come up here, and you come, and you keep going, and you keep going. I'd imagine speedruns of this map are either you break into the dev room or horribly boring because you run for 7 hours, and I don't know why anyone would try and speedrun this. So yeah, here's Brown. That's about it. There you go. That's the entirety of Brown. No teleport back. You gotta go back your own way. There's nothing for you. I'm sorry. You wanted to get out of this cavern in a reasonable manner? Well, forget you, dude. You should have thought about that before you even booted up this map. What are you doing, man? You're so dumb. I hate your stupid fit. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so that's all Brown is. This is all Brown's ever been. And so I'm trying to get back in like a reasonable manner, but I don't even remember where I went, let alone where I need to go. Do you see why this map sucks yet? And this is only one of 3. Ha! One of 4, really. So I know you have to go back up at some point, so I'm trying to see where that point is. Is this blue? This is blue. Maybe I can get through blue a little easier. If not, I know brown's at least close. Nah, I'm not gonna try through blue, because I'm gonna have to go through all this stupid towers and stuff again. Oh yeah, a tower. I forgot brown had a tower, because, you know, you don't really see it. So if you ever need a blocks... Yep. That's, yeah. You get teleported. Sorry. You get encased in mushroom blocks? I don't even, what are these? Oh, light gray terracotta. That's what that is. So, yeah, you get... There you go. That's the troll. That's the entire troll. That's it. Very fun. Very funny. I genuinely couldn't remember that happened, because I haven't been in this stupid tower in years. Okay. Are we finally back to the stupid lava sea? Okay, here we go. Now I can sort of know where I am, at least remotely. So... Let's see. Yeah, I think I went the wrong direction. I think I can just go over here. Yeah, I fell for that trap, to be honest. I don't remember that being there, but yeah, do you see why this is my least favorite map? Imagine dying here probably at least 4 times. I think I died here 4 times before I got the wool. So imagine dying at least in this wool 4 times, having to come down here, having to go all the way back, and have to, you know, be able to, having to go all the way back, having to build your own bridge up, basically, and then coming back through here 4 times in a row. I'm getting tired of this map. So Mono Heart Depths. This is another stupidly massive area, and fun fact, this is where the screenshot on the repository comes from. Because this is the best area to showcase in the map. Oh, at least it looks appealing, you know. No. It's more brown. I'm trying to see if there's any way I can shortcut this area, because I really don't want to have to subject all of you to watching me fly through areas for 5 minutes. If you've watched the review this far and haven't skipped through the video, I seriously commemorate you, because my commentary has probably been both boring and the map itself is nothing to look at. So... I'd imagine it's not been the easiest thing to sit through. So, again, you keep coming down here and going down further and further and further, and, you know, just running. Oh, here's what the mobs look like in the area. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. I think these silverfish are one-shot, and you can see how frequently these skeletons spawn, and they're fast, comparatively. Oh yeah, these guys one-shot too. One-shot warrior, one-shot skitter. Luckily... you can also one-shot them, basically. but yeah, these guys have resistance, so they're no longer really one-shot. I don't know where they even got that from. I don't know, but yeah, just this is fun. This is peak CTM gameplay. Luckily, at this point, I finally realized that you can carry beds, so I brought a bed up to here. And so dying in green about 1,000 times to the stupid different mobs that spawn about 1,000 times per second made it a little bit easier to deal with. Not more bearable, not more fun, not more anything, just a little bit easier. Just that slight amount of I don't have to run for another 40 minutes to get to intersection 5 so I can keep going. So, obviously, you're running, and you're running, and you're running, and finally, gold and iron, and more gold and bedrock, because that's an important resource, and iron and stuff. Oh, and you get up here, and guess what? There's nothing. I'm just kidding. The green wool's under here. And you get a free block of diamond for your troubles. Oh, that's fun. I love blocks of diamond, because that's what I need. Alright, so that's green. That's it. Stupid, dumb, one-shot mobs. More running, on running, on running, on running, on running, on running, on running, and running, and you're sprinting, and you're running, and there's no loot, and you're running, and you run, and running, and you run, and running, 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 running. That's it. That's all you do. That's the whole thing. That's it. Hope you had fun. Here's my map. It's supposed to be hard and dumb and stupid, even though it can be hard and dumb and stupid in other ways. Like, I don't want to compare this map to Unplayable. Just because I say Unplayable is a better map does not mean I should compare this map to Unplayable, because Unplayable came out way later than this one, which, again, I understand. But, and Unplayable had the mindset of, okay, I can make this extremely unfair, but I'm also going to make it fun at the same time. So, I am going to compare it to Unplayable in the fact that Unplayable is meant to be one of the hardest CTMs out there, which it is. I definitely agree with that sentiment. But it's fair. It's fair in the sense that you spawn really close. And you can spawn even closer to what you're doing and where all the wolves are. Although it's basically one island. So, take one island and make each of those areas extend for thousands of years compared to the one island areas, because some wools are just like I think it's pink wool, because I think it's gray wool in Cooley's map, and I think it's pink in that map. Pink is literally a 50-50 shot. It is 2 buttons in a room. I'm gonna start heading to red, by the way, because it's gonna take a while. Face of Death. So I'll show you the mobs too as well as I'm going through here, because yeah, that's a mob that needs to exist. So Unplayable is... I'm gonna spoil Unplayable, so if you haven't played Unplayable, just skip until I'm done ranting about stuff where I'm probably out of red, because I'd imagine it'd take a minute. So, Unplayable is an unmap, which unmaps in CTMC are referred to as super hard maps that are either jokes, or just really hard in general, or are just a play on saying that a map is stupid difficult because the first one was named like Unconquerable or Unsomething or whatever, and so people made maps in the same style as that map and had an un in the name, like Unplayable or Undefeatable or Unbeatable, which Unbeatable is a joke map to the point where it's so unbeatable that it's beatable, because basically everything in that map is super easy. So Unplayable is a take on that map to the extreme. You start in a stronghold with the Eyes of Ender to go to the end, so there's no resources for you at all. There's no wood, there's no nothing. And so you go to the end, and the first wool, the white wool, is beating the dragon with your fist. So naturally, there's just, you get free blocks of iron here and whatever. So naturally, I don't even know what these guys have on top of them, because I kept running and I never looked up. Oh, they have an elytra dude, I don't know, whatever. So Unplayable's first wool is beating the dragon. However, The dragon, I believe, only has 4 crystals this time. And there's easy ways to get on tops of the pillars. I just went up this way. So there's tons of blocks there. You have plenty of blocks. It's designed well. It is designed to be very hard, yes, but it's also designed to be more fair than doing just a standard dragon fight, if that makes sense. So, whereas this is just big, dumb, stupid open areas that are unfair and have mobs that'll basically one-shot you or just be a general annoyance as you try and run for hours on end to get to the wool, Unplayable is an actually intelligently designed map with wools that can be unfair, but as long as you're willing to grind them out and take the time to do them, it's a lot more, well, playable, ironically enough. So I'm lost in this area. I genuinely don't remember where the wool is. If I have to, I will literally just go back and grab the red wool or just give myself a red wool because it's not fun. I'm not going to try and sit here for 40 minutes and, explain why red is unfun. You can see that it's unfun. All these silverfish, I think, one-shot you, because apparently one-shot silverfish are the funniest thing to this map maker, because they spam this map full of them. Yeah, okay, this is the entrance. I'm not going to go through that again. You get the gist. I'm literally, you can die. Alright, so one area I will rant for 40 minutes about is black. Let me give myself a red wool before I forget. Haha, yeah, you're cheating, whatever. So, here we go. Don't bother trying to go in here and complete everything else. There's a barrier, little entry. Don't worry, I saved the best for last. I don't care. I'm not going to go back to the monument and place them there. Have you ever taken a test and felt like no matter how hard you tried, there was no way you could have adequately prepared for it? Open note, open internet, graphing calculator, everything. Except for the answer sheet. That's exactly what this room is. All of the traps I could possibly put into this area are put into one little neat package. Prepare all you want, take your time, relax. Just realize the ultimate outcome of your situation, your preparation is in vain. Nothing you can do will prepare you for the area to come. No one has beaten it, no one ever will, including you. Now that's over, let's have some fun, shall we? So, yeah. Now I just Chronicles, Instant end portal of death instantly kills you. In the end, fun fact, originally blocked the black wool entrance. The Netherbed trick never gets old. Seriously, fun fact, use a grand total of 0 times in this area. Fake out trap warns you of treachery to come. Slowness caltrop, oh, you want to walk? Sorry. Golden hoedown, it's high time for a farmhand. Bam. Now you just have golden hose in your inventory, because that's funny. Oh, this map, I hate it. It's an explosion, exactly what it sounds like. Boom. It's a death command block. Go on, try it yourself. Obsidian potion pan, set obsidian for effect. Fun fact, pay attention how these are used on you. It changes. Barriers over a chest as a stick in it, because haha, funny. Game over button blows up the black wool. Shell of nothingify. You are in an egg now. Yeah. So, blindness and slowness for a minute. I love this. Let's do... I'm gonna give myself a milk bucket, because I'm gonna need to use it a ton of times throughout black, as you'll eventually come to see. Okay. New Age Hyper Spawner, except you can't turn it off. Yeah. So... you can't turn it off. I just decided to do that just so it wasn't like everything was going to lag. Build a burial workshop, fun and effective. Oh, right, it's just, I think it's entity cramming, but I'm not sure. Teleport to the start of the map, self-explanatory, I'm not going to press that one. Punch 5 skeletons, perfect for ledges. Supercharged creeper, chicka chicka boom boom. Triple stack gas, pew pew pew. Obviously this one will shoot you if you let it go. One shot surface, last seen eating your corpse in green wool. Or eating you in green wool. Swarming zombies, strong in numbers. Swarming blazes, as annoying as they sound. And that's it. That's the whole mob array. So, yeah, that's the area title. Haha, funny. Quellcake's Mountain Memorial Fountain of Perseverance in honor of the ridiculous amount of time this area took. Yeah, I wish it took 100 years more, so this could have never been released. Storage space, well, the end. So, naturally, Infinite iron armor, infinite pork chops, infinite diamond pickaxes. This should be the scariest part of the map. It isn't clear what I don't... If it isn't clear why I don't tell you, now you know. Or something similar, or whatever. So. It was nice knowing you. Area 1, the Skittering Vault. As you can see, spiders. I'm gonna have to go into spectator so my game doesn't lag out. Yeah, that's this whole area. It's just spawners on spawners on spawners. Now, you may wonder how I even remotely attempted this area, and 2 chunks and decreasing particles is your best friend. And also you can bridge. So, it may be long, but you do get plenty of blocks, and you have to go up here anyway. So, part 2, Plague-born Dormitory. I think I can actually turn on for this one. So, Plague Zombies. I can't remember what they do because I just ran this entire time. I didn't care to look at anything. But they're hyper spawners. Oh yeah, stepping on the screen gives you poison 2 for 30 seconds. I'll show it again just in case you missed it. So, what did I do? Maybe, no, sorry, these are potion spawners, I believe. Yeah, okay, those are potion spawners, never mind. Sorry, I was thinking of a different mechanic that shows up in black. So yeah, it's basically just you're searching the halls for forever, because you need to get out of here ASAP. This is basically just, if you don't disable the poison spawners, you're done. So be mindful and destroy every spawner you can, regardless. Let's see... It's also a big maze, just in case you couldn't tell, so just in case the poison wasn't enough to kill you, there's also the fact that it's a friggin' massive maze. It's built on top of green, by the way. I don't know if you could see that or not. That's probably the best fun fact. So you come through here, I believe, or maybe I already came through here. No, I definitely didn't. Is this a separate... No, this is the same area. Okay. I genuinely cannot remember what these areas look like because okay. So, obviously people played CTMs in different ways, and why I'm saying if you play with Keep Inventory often you're a genius you're not a genius, you're stupid, but you'd probably be the best CTM player of all time, is because I played this map with Keep Inventory. Now, you might have issues with that, might say, oh, well, it takes out half the challenge. Well, no, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Most of the challenge comes from the mobs. You know, you may think keeping gear is fine, but really when it comes down to all areas are running, and you have to make sure that you can get through them, gear isn't really an issue. It's really an issue of how many times are you willing to try an area over and over again. I think all of these are silverfish. They are not. I am dumb. Okay, this is slowness and wither. So just in case poison wasn't enough. There's sewer creepers, which I believe... I need another flint and steel. I don't know why I keep throwing this thing away. Yeah. I think standard normal radius, actually. But these are fire starters, which are... I can't remember. I think they have punch 5. They probably have punch 5. Ignore the FOV. I'm sorry if it's making anyone feel sick, but I can't really do anything about it because I don't want to turn dynamic FOV off because I won't know what I'm doing. So yeah, this whole thing's covered in lava, so don't think about going up and over or doing anything like that. You can go through walls, because that exists. And yeah, whatever. Area 4, Library of Terror. Again, these areas are just stupid and massive. Another too many spiders area that deal too much damage, and are really dumb. Another maze area, just in case you couldn't get enough of the maze areas. Yeah, you have to deactivate a force field that exists at the end of the dungeon. So that's fun. So the end's obviously over here because the start was over there. And you can dig through these walls. You can't dig through these walls because I believe they are bedrock. Sorry, you can dig through this one specifically, but I think the last area had bedrock walls. Warning, a stranger to prevent you moving forward, find a thing to deactivate. Obviously, I deactivated it, so claustrophobia. So as you can see, the glowing silverfish mean they're insta-kill, and as soon as you step on obsidian, you get blindness 3. Yep. Yep. This is the worst area in any CTM I have ever played. Blindness 3, unbreakable silverfish spawners. It's a maze, and it's a blindness maze, and you basically have infinite paths to go down. Because unless you mark stuff with torches, which you're not going to mark the right path with torches the first time, let alone the 100th that you come through here. This is the reason why I say this map sucks. This map is terrible. This map is the worst CTM because this is the single-handedly worst area in any CTM. Blindness 3, infinite kill silverfish, infinite death silverfish. I don't think they're even insta-kill. And a blindness maze that's probably 4 times larger than it actually needs to be effective. So, Soul Cavern. I think this is the easiest section of black, which is saying something, but really it's just, these are the bone guys, I think, from forever ago, and then those are just triple stack guess. Like, they're bad, but they're not, like, this is terrible bad. Like, I understand if this solo was the black wool, I could probably see the black wool really not being that bad, and probably having box therapy is the worst black wool. But yeah. Fake wool box, as obviously, because it's not going to give it up that easily. I think there's another fake one over here, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm going to go back into spectator mode, so again, my computer doesn't die as I'm trying to show you this. It probably already has, and I'd imagine the footage is probably not good either. But yeah, it's another needlessly long, needlessly big maze over lava platforms. And again, imagine dying here and having to come through the maze again. Alright. If you didn't get this from the 2x1 dungeon, avoid obsidian blocks. I think, yeah. So in this area, forget having blindness and just blindness in a maze of infinite kill silverfish. Now, it's blindness, wither, hunger, and slowness too. And that's for each obsidian block. Area 7, stay on target. And so, this is the second worst area in any CTM ever. So yeah, it's basically just another maze of don't get close to the obsidian. I think even building over isn't effective. Area 8, fungal roots. I think, yeah, this is just, as you can see by me being in creative for 2 seconds, this is just more blaze spam, more of those guys from red, because apparently this area is just copy-pasting terrible ideas back to back to back. The obsidian's back. I don't think it actually gives you any effects, luckily, so it's not, the worst thing in existence to step on an obsidian block. But yeah, that's it. This is it. This is all of black. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had fun. I hope you like massive blaze hyper spawners and non-stop guess and terrible mob design and terrible area design. And I hope that you never play this map because of this area. Single-handedly, this is the worst black wool I've played. This is the worst experience I've had in a CTM ever. This doesn't even remotely compare to how terrible Lethamyr was. I think this is another area entirely. In case I missed a sign, Area 9, Fungal Heart. It's just the same thing, but massive amounts of vines and clobber babies, because that's funny. So yeah, it's more of the exact same terrible design, terrible layout, terrible ideas, everything to make this quote-unquote hard when it's really just not even hard, it's just annoying and unfun. You can do hard maps right, and there's a way to do hard maps right. Like, people always, yell at me all the time for saying Yomi is a decent map, but it is. So, you made it this far, huh? Every challenge, one after the next, death looming around the corner, unable to escape. Maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel after all. Maybe there's just more pain. Area 10, strobe light. And so you get to this final area, and you see this
massive spawner that's completely like you can't do anything. You have poison 2, I believe, throughout the entire area. And there's no negotiating that one. So yeah, you've got poison 2 this entire time, no matter how many milk buckets you drink, how much you try and prevent it, you just have poison 2. And so while you're failing and falling at half a heart, because I think these actually cause you to still take half a heart a day. I can't judge the distance because I don't know parkour, but yep, so you come down here completely encased in barriers. You have to come from the bottom and get on top of this pillar and break through the single glowstone that's down here, and an obsidian block, and another glowstone. And you finally reach the black wool and the best chest plate in the entire map. That's it. That's the map. That's it. And now, you have to leave. Yep. There's no teleport. There's no nothing. It's it. It's over. It's done. That's it. That's the map. You have to run back with the black wool. Completely. That's it. That's it. You're done. I'm sorry. This is why I say if you are the person to beat this without keep inventory, I commend you and I respect you, and I will say that you are the best CTM player alive. Because without keep inventory, I would have 1 never beat this map, and 2 never would have played this map because I wouldn't even have cared to try and pick up black. I would have just said, forget it, I cheated black, this is the worst, stupidest area in a CTM, and I will never be playing this again. And to save you the time of me having to do this again and go backwards and show you all the terrible design this is, I'm just going to go ahead and head back here where I have my checkpoint, which totally wasn't planned. And I'm going to go... Where's that stupid teleport? I think it's down here. And I'm going to head back to the monument. So, as you've seen, this map is an atrocity. It is a crime to CTMs everywhere. I wish it never existed. I hope that Quail will take this and be able to use it to make a good hard map next time. And do not make this absolute travesty that is the worst CTM ever to be made in all of ever. I hope that Quail Cakes can look into the future and say, okay, how can I make good and fair maps instead of making unfair and dumb maps? And start working on actual projects that have meaning and are actually important and fun to play. Don't play this map ever, please. It's not worth it. I've shown you every single reason not to. If somehow you're feeling up to the challenge, please skip through everything and just go play black, because I know that's what you're the most curious about, how it actually plays, which it doesn't because you die too early to be able to do anything. Black took me over 300 deaths. I hope you'll realize that, and I hope you'll move on from this stupid map, and nobody ever acknowledges it again, because I don't even want to, let alone anyone else. And that's my review. That's it. Good luck. Have fun. Don't play this map. I wanted to change up things this time and actually review an awful map, because not every CTM is good. Not every full-size CTM is good, let alone being able to show off how terrible this map is in the grand scheme of things. I really hope people see this and at least go and make an unmap instead of this, and at least brand it as an unmap. And don't... God, this map is making me yawn. And don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't be so stupid as to make up this area and this kind of map and make your areas needlessly long and dumb, and I hate them, and I really wish I didn't play this map. But seeing as I have to play this map for the sake of posterity and for the sake of saying I've played every CTM map, let me tell you that this is not worth the time. This is not worth your effort. This is not worth the pain of going through. I don't care how much of a completionist you are. You need to beat every other CTM before you beat this one, and I know for a fact you can't do that because there's a CTM someone else made that requires you to act within 5 ticks 5,000 times in a row to get the one wool of the map, and it's not happening. It's not happening unless you make a script, and even that's probably not happening because nobody cares about it. So, once again, just so I don't have to say this to everyone who's new to the CTM community, do not play the map by Quail Cakes titled Inconceivoconsequential. Terrible map, terrible design, nothing good, nothing to look at, nothing to play, nothing to enjoy. If you want to play a Quail Cakes map for whatever reason, go play Box Therapy. It's the best of flaming garbage, and I hope you never, ever, ever have to see this map again. Yeah, final thoughts, 0 out of 10. Sorry, negative 100 out of 10. Forget this map, dude. Black is the worst wool in any CTM ever. Red is the second worst wool. Green is the third worst wool. Basically, the last 5 areas are my 5 least favorite areas, period, from any CTM ever. They don't need to exist. They don't want to exist. I don't know why Quail even made these. Literally, do not, under any circumstances, touch this map. I don't care how curious you are. I don't care how much you want to say you've completed a hard map. If you want to say you've completed a hard map and have some people actually reward you for your merit, go play the Ascension series. You will actually find those maps to be somewhat enjoyable and actually have a set of standards that you can follow to actually beat the map as a player despite how hard they may be. Rant over. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you have watched this far, I commend you. If you haven't skipped through anything, I again commend you. This is an hour of just unhinged looking through areas for hours to try and maybe find a wool eventually. And I hope that you have a good day. Oh, sorry, this freaking map. I can't stand this map. I hope you have a good day. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope that you either go check out my other 2 reviews or check out my other reviews in the future, because there will be more in the future, and I'm going to try and pump out a few more this summer before I am done. So, thank you. Have a good day. Don't play this map.